Hi, this is the third video in this series. Take the boy out of the white working class factory town. And this one is about my dad. And we will start with Bruce. Yeah, love story gone bad. But I just wanted to highlight where Mr. When you're young, they bring you up to do like your daddy done. And this is 1980. And what does Bruce say later in the song? A little bit of political commentary. I got a job working construction for the Johnstown Company, just like his daddy done. But lately there ain't been much work on account of the economy, or maybe like sending all those jobs to China. Now them things that seem so important, well, mister, they vanished right into the air. Anyway, it's a poignant love song of, and it's a story of loss. But also you see there's some commentary on politics. My dad, turns out, he didn't follow Bruce's advice. He didn't bring me up to do like he'd done. He didn't want me working with my hands. He didn't want me to be a laborer. He worked at factories. He wanted to raise an academic. He emphasized education. My dad wasn't Jewish, but what I learned about Jewish people long after I left the town, my dad could have been Jewish, but he wasn't. He was a Serb. And so when I was 7, he was building a carport next to the house. He wouldn't let me pick up a hammer. I was so mad at him. I thought, like, what a bad dad. Oh yeah, bad dad. This is what he did every Saturday. Took his boy and I think my 2 sisters, and our outing was to the library. It didn't look as good as this back in 1970, but and we could read anything we wanted. And I read and read and read and read and read and read. And mostly war things, Civil War, Revolutionary War, Greek-Persian War, but especially World War II and the Holocaust particularly interested me. I don't know why. And I felt like history had passed me by, that my dad had lived in interesting times, and I would never, it was boring peacetime. When I was 18, my dad got me a job the summer between high school and college at the Silknet factory that he worked at. He got me a job in the back where you're stacking boxes, and as I recall, there was a 4-foot tall French-Canadian woman with a mustache named Emily who you might, I guess in the current vernacular, you'd call her disabled or something like that, or developmentally challenged. We had different words, as you can imagine, back in 1979 or 80, whenever that was. Why did my dad get me a job? And why did he get me that job? He got me that job because he wanted me to say, this is what's waiting for you, boy, if you decide college isn't for you. Just to let you know, my dad did not want me to be a laborer. He did not. And so what brought me to California, though, was law school, and actually was basketball. And I'm not going to tell you about Glory Day bull crap. I played for the Canadian national team in the summer of '85. The only relevance to this story is up until I took that trip, it was not China, it was Taiwan. I'd never seen California, but we stopped in San Francisco on the way to Taiwan for 4 days. And I fell in love with San Francisco, just like falling in love for me, like with a woman, like on first sight. I just saw San Francisco and I said, I have to go to school here. And that's why I ended up in California.